Switch. I'm not actually playing it, this is a replay. Because I tried doing this while playing and it just kept dying. So, F it. Ain't gonna do that. Not the best performance, but whatever. Yeah. This is what we bought a Switch for, people, so we could play ancient video games on it. Nice. Okay. So I shall attempt to play this on the trying to do the pause trick because that's what all the cool kids do, right? Is the fucking pause trick. Oh, there goes the no swearing policy. Yeah, this isn't gonna be good for kids. But then again, this channel isn't made for kids. I made that abundantly clear in the little gimmick thing. Oh, not so much for that. I'm not actually looking through the viewfinder. Okay, I hate that. And okay, we're not doing the pause trick. I prefer just to play it normally. But I figure something cool for the kids. Actually, something cool would be beating this thing properly and not with a pause trick that everybody else likes to use, so... But apparently that's not going to happen. Anyways, let's just turn this off, because... You know, power options. Yeah, that's going to make Nintendo very unhappy. So yes, I did indeed get a Switch. And for those wondering, it's the newer model that has the longer battery life, because of course it is. Very interesting story about this one. My usual guy that I go to the swap meet for, that I get all my ancient video games from, had a bunch of Switches. A lot of the older model Switches. Around the time that the this version came out. Now, I see him that, you know, a lot of people had their old Switches, got rid of their old Switches, sold them off, and he had a bunch of them on there. Turns out they were all brand new. So, you know, I was in a hunt for a Switch for a while, and, you know, sure enough, he pulled out a new model, which, for those of you wondering the difference between the old model and the new model, the old model came in a white box, the new model comes in a red box, and the red box had the model with the longer battery life, because the Switch apparently had terrible battery life. I don't know, I wouldn't know. This is the only one I got. It is the closest thing to a revision, I suppose. And there you go. So yeah, this newer model, and I figured, yeah, we're gonna go for it. And really, guy's really cool. So I could do like a deposit, right, on this thing, so you don't have to pay it all at once. So you don't need like 5 mortgages to buy this thing like you would anywhere else. So every once in a while, I'll just like chip in a few bucks, you know, buy some other stuff here and there. That's about it, really. Other stuff being some other Switch titles that he had on hand, and, you know, a couple other things. And eventually I got this Switch. It's a wonderful piece of technology, I think. You know, I've had it for a while. I absolutely enjoy it. And yes, it is a brand new system. It does come with a dock and all that, but I don't really need to show you that because I assume most people know what a Switch normally looks like. And those of you who know what a Switch normally looks like would figure that it would come with this Joy-Con instead of that one. This is the one I bought separately at a Toys R Us. Because I figured, why not? I'd like to... If I'm going to play a bunch of side-scrollers or whatever the case may be, I need a Joy-Con with a proper D-pad. As this is the one from Hori. It's basically just, you know, so you could have a D-pad on your Switch, but only in handheld mode. If you want to play this on the charging grip thing, it will not work. I actually tried it. It won't work. So you have to get a proper controller, which I have somewhere. I bought this thing, the Switch Pad Pro from Surge. You know, it was I think it was relatively cheap, about $40. So didn't really break the bank or anything like that. And I thought, figured why not? It'd be a cool little thing to have, and it works. Well, it works for my needs. I'm not going to say it's the greatest thing ever that I used, but it works suitably for my needs. And yes, this thing came with a dock. It is a brand new system. But again, you know what a Switch looks like. I don't have to show you the whole kit and kabobble. This is not an unboxing or anything like that. I've had this for a while and the box is stored away somewhere. Speaking of stuff stored away, so that's the reason why you haven't seen that many pickups. Actually, because I haven't been making a whole lot of pickups. Already seen this thing, the Sega Genesis Mini, which has been getting some playtime, believe it or not. Every once in a while, I've actually got a couple videos out of it, so that's kind of cool. And kind of funny though, funny little story. If I can remember, I'll put the extra video up that I recorded at a Best Buy. This had a Black Friday sale, but also on sale was the old Genesis clone systems, the ones from At Games, and those are still like $100 a pop. So, which one are you gonna get? The one that lets you play your old cartridges but play like crap, or are you gonna get this thing which has fewer games, but the overall quality is actually pretty good, even if it uses like USB for your inputs, which I don't mind because I bought a couple of those 6-button things. Maybe somewhere down the line I might do I don't know, gimmicks on a couple of these things, but for now, we'll just focus on some pickups here. And there's actually another pickup, but I'm not going to show that off here because there's really no point. I just want to focus on the Switch and some of the games that I got for it over the course of several months worth. Actually, one I got about a year or so ago, because I figured one thing that I like to do when I'm committed to getting a system somewhere, no matter how long it takes. Okay, I thought it was an ugly thing on here. It turns out it's just a light glare. Okay, thank God. So, so you buy a bunch of these games. So I'll buy like a game or two, like a year or so ahead of time, or however long it takes, for me to get a system. First one that I picked up was Ultra Street Fighter 2, the Final Challengers. Yes, they made another version of Street Fighter in 2017, I believe. They put it on a brand new system, and I bought it, because that's why I bought a brand new system, so I could play Street Fighter 2. Thumbs up, bro. Yeah. It's okay. It gives you like 2 palette swapped characters that they try to pass off as new fighters. They just recycle the graphics from HD Remix. They have a new motion game. They have a couple extra fighters, and Evil Ryu and Violent Ken. So Violent Ken's in a proper Street Fighter game and not just a guest character in an SNK versus Capcom game from like a decade or so ago. So that's a novelty, I suppose. It's Street Fighter 2. It's the same old, same old. You've played one Street Fighter 2. You've pretty much played them all, I suppose. Not much else to it. And, well, short time later, we got Mega Man 11, because of course we did. Have to have Mega Man 11. Loved it so much on Steam, you need to get a physical version. And this one was fairly cheap, I think. I got about 20, 30, about 30, $40. So that wasn't so bad. And then, a couple of these recent things here. This was fairly recent, I think. Collection of Mana, which contains 3 classic games. Final Fantasy Adventure, Secret of Mana, and Trials of Mana, which apparently was never released here. So, that's kind of cool. All games, either games I already have, or just variations of games that, old games. Anyways, got Sonic Forces. This was $30. Compared to, getting it off Steam for like 40, 45, whatever it is on Steam. Because that makes a lot of sense. Super Mario Maker 2. figured why not. When I got the Switch, I ended up getting this along with it. Because I figured why not. Because you figure, you fiddle around with these ROM hacking things like Lunar Magic and SMB Utility, you figure why not have an official Nintendo Mario Maker thing and give that a shot. Turns out I don't know how to use this thing. Maybe I just need to spend more time on it, or maybe I need proper paper instructions, which, by the way, it does not come with paper instructions, in case you were wondering, and it doesn't come with a game either, because I have a storage case for it, which I'm not going to pull out here, because then it'd be too much. But regardless, and you got Doom, which I actually do have on Steam. I only played that version for a bit. I just didn't have the time. But this was also fairly cheap. You know, this would normally be what, you know, 70, 80 bucks or whatever the case may be. And this is, I got this for like 40, 50. So it was on sale, it was on special. I figured why not. It's a VIN. Tetris 99, which is a Tetris game, because of course we need to play Tetris on this brand new Switch thing. Actually, the only reason why I got this was because it came with a online membership. So rather than just get the card, I figure I'd get the game, and it comes with a game and all that good stuff. Got another one here. SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy. Yes, this is a thing that actually exists. This is a thing that I actually picked up. This is the wonderful internal, because God forbid we actually give a shit about our physical packages. And how much is this on the eShop? More or less, like, was it like 40, 50, 60, something like that? Bought this at Walmart for like 30 bucks. And actually, I even went to Best Buy close to home, and they're even discounting these things at $30, so I don't know, the value is no longer there, I suppose. And we got the SNK 40th Anniversary Collection. And yes, it's still at the price there. This is brand new. Yes, it is a GameStop EB Games pickup. And so, mind you, even the Street Fighter one was also EB Games / GameStop. But whatever. Anyways, and Tetris 2, I suppose. But yeah, again, brand new system to play old games, which is, I'm hoping it never gets to that point, but hey, it was cheap. I figured why not. If I wasn't going to get it on Steam, I was going to get it somewhere else, and there's your somewhere else. And thanks to this awkward camera setup, the Switch is getting buried in the background, but don't worry, it will get more than enough love. And then, of course, finally, the most recent pickup would be Super Mario Odyssey, and I might actually have to move the camera a bit. This is the Collector's Edition, which comes with a Traveler Guide. I guess it's a Collector's Edition. I don't know what else you would want to call it. A Special Edition, a Deluxe Edition. Basically, if you want to get the regular version, there's a regular version. If you want to get one with a little book in it, which I haven't actually had the chance to look at. I haven't actually had the chance to play this. It's been sitting on the shelf for like a couple days, I suppose. But, kind of a neat find, I think. And it looks nice on the shelf, you know. Whereas these will probably be occupying a box since I have like a nice thing for it. I don't know, you know. I mean, kudos to Nintendo. You know, the boxes are nice and small because the actual game cards are nice and small. And yeah, might as well clear this stuff out. Oh shit. Damn you boxes. I hate you. Okay, good news. The Switch is not damaged. The Switch is not damaged. Thank fuck for that. It's just dust particles. Yes, so, yeah, so that was a neat find, I think. Yeah, that's pretty much what I've been when trying to build towards. Like I said, there's a couple other gimmicks that I got laying around here, but I want to save those for another time. Maybe for their own little videos or something like that. And, yeah. And, also just, I guess, just to give some variety. I bought a couple boxed Master System games, which I'll be showcasing here. So we got Bomber Raid, we got Aztec Adventure, and we got Alien Syndrome, which is great, which is awesome. What I hadn't realized, though, was that two out of these three games I already had. Mind you, they were loose cartridges, but I already had two out of these three games, so I basically bought 3 boxes. And one game that I actually didn't have, but on the other hand, you could admire the incredible artwork on these Master System games. So, although this isn't too bad, to be honest with you, mostly you admire the instruction manuals. This one's actually pretty good, though. It's from Activision, so they're going to give you some really nice games. Bomber Raid's a game that it was actually one of the games included on that PlayPal thing that I had from like years ago. And, I don't know, that's a lot of fun. So, it's the greatest fighter bomber game ever. Oh, I could think of several others that could bomb better than this, but I don't know. I had something quippy in mind, but it escapes me. So yeah, that was the first pickups video in a long while. More than made up for several months worth of missing videos, but yeah, yeah, the video output has been lackluster as of late because I've been suffering from a bit of the bronchitis. So I haven't been able to talk all that much. I've been having a lot of coughing fits. And also I've been really busy. So the hope is I could bang out a few more, about 10 more reviews this year before calling it a year. And then hopefully, things will slow down and I could actually spend some time getting some stuff together in the interim. But yeah, things have been busy, and the holidays and Christmas and all that jazz is not going to get any better. And yeah, that's why there's been a lack of input or output, whatever you want to call it. But regardless, things will be going along soon enough, and we got some fresh new fodder, I suppose, to check out one of these days. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you managed to sit through this whole thing, thank you for watching, for your patience and whatnot. And till next time, take care, and thanks for watching. Or something. What's the usual outro? Take care and good night. Later. Bye.